Hotep after Uhuru. This is General Muti. General is my title. Muti Ajamu-Osagboro is my name. We here live at the Juanita Kid Stout Center for Injustice. And we want to give you a commentary on a case that just popped off. It popped off Tuesday. We would have gave it to you Tuesday, but it was just so much going on in the courtroom. We had to gather, information so that when we speak factually correct and on point. The case involved a young brother who became older in prison, who served 32 years for a crime he didn't commit. There were several things that weren't really talked about, but they demonstrated that the lawyers involved, whether it was prosecutors or defense lawyers, they really didn't know what they were doing. And it was tragic. It revealed a lot. We won't go into all of those things, but we're just going to touch on a few things. Number one, the defense lawyer, she failed to actually file a motion that would have secured his freedom. She came in court, and the judge, who was very thorough in my opinion, even though the judge was extremely thorough, she made quite a few mistakes. And I attribute those mistakes she made to how old the case was. But nevertheless, the judge asked her several questions, her meaning the defense lawyer, and she was ill prepared. She didn't file the brief that she was supposed to file. The brief was lengthy, but it had a whole bunch of exhibits. It was about this size, half the size of an old phone book, the old yellow pages, which is about that thick. So it was about that size. And she forgot to file the actual brief. I think the judge was gracious because the judge could have just denied it on that alone. Because to me, that's incompetent and it's unexcusable. But nevertheless, the brother got a new trial. He was resentenced. He took a deal. He didn't have to take a deal. He did what was called the offered plea, which he shouldn't have, because I don't remember anybody, none of the lawyers, none of the prosecutors, ever talking about a motion filed, a double jeopardy motion, because that's what should have been filed. Because the criteria for double jeopardy is that if you can prove that the prosecution intentionally sabotaged the person's right to a fair trial, that's automatic grounds for dismissal, never to be tried again based on double jeopardy. But the lawyer didn't file that. And because I didn't hear it. And if they did, nobody said anything about it. They kept it under wraps, which tells me more than likely she didn't file it. Also, when the judge questioned the lawyer after she read the brother a colloquy, which is basically a conversation between the accused or the petitioner and the judge, after she read the colloquy out and told him what his rights were and what he could do, then she turned to the defense lawyers and asked them, would you like to explain this to your lawyer, to your client? And they couldn't do it. They looked at each other like she's speaking French. And these are not new lawyers. They're lawyers that have been around a long time. And a lot of people talk favorable about these lawyers. But if you was in court watching, you seen that the favorable commentary for these lawyers, was unjust and unrewarded. They did undeserving, And on one hand, the brother's coming home, that's a good thing. But on another hand, it should be he coming home without no strings attached. And one of the things that we want to stop them from these brothers and sisters coming home who are actually innocent. Stop trying to anchor them back down to the system with these offered pleas. It should have been just plain and simple. If he's going to do anything, a no contundre, so that he can actually sue and get the money he deserved for being put in prison for a crime he didn't commit, and the evidence says otherwise. The evidence proves it, So that's where we at with it. And this is Muti Ajamu-Osagboro saying, John, life is real. General is my title. Muti Ajamu-Osagboro is my name. Uhuru ni kazi, freedom is work.